Right. Question again, and it's a really good one. These questions are brilliant, by the way, and I really appreciate you guys writing these and keep these coming because these really help me to put out new material and just to pick my brains. So you've asked me mindset, and I like the way you phrase this. The importance of high self-esteem, a positive mindset, living in alignment with values. I like that, and goal setting. Well, you've kind of answered the question yourself. The question you've written to me, you've got the answers there. I'm just going to give you a little bit of my view on how I did these things, put them into practice, and what I teach, and the results that guys have got from it, from my teaching, and the importance of knowing these things. So let's start off with the first thing you said. Now, the importance of having high self-esteem. Now, for me, self-esteem is one of those words where sometimes I can't really explain it, like confidence, congruence, but I think self-esteem comes from all the other things, building your confidence, being honest, going out, practicing, setting goals and not being hard on yourself. So let me just try my best here to break these down, what you've said. So, yeah, I mean, the first mindset I'd say to have self-esteem, and I really mean it, is not to be hard on yourself. Now, this is what I will say to my students, and I will say it. How many men can honestly look themselves in the mirror and admit that they've got problems, i.e. attracting women, or they feel a little bit of low self-esteem, but they want to change it? So just the fact that you're on the path to change it, for me, is already building high self-esteem anyway. So I'd already say that you're in the right mindset. Possibly you're being too hard on yourself. Maybe you're going on YouTube and you're comparing yourself to someone that's got more experience, and you're saying, well, why aren't I getting these results currently? But you're not realizing that it's a process. It's something that happens over time through effort and practice. Or perhaps you're not going out and you're putting these things into practice enough. You know them in theory, and you're kind of going through crash and burn, where you're overloading yourself with what you should be doing, but you're not really doing it. And I'm just going to keep saying the same thing again. Go out, stop being lazy and take action. And again, I'd say that count yourself lucky that there's many guys that have not found this, some of the PUA material or the natural stuff I'm teaching. They're just sitting at home in pain, not really knowing what to do with it, and they're just living their whole life like that. So just the fact that you want to start changing is already a good mindset to have. I'd say reward yourself every time you approach. No matter what happens, come out and say, that was fucking awesome, I had the balls to go over. It doesn't really matter what happened. What matters is I took action. So I'm a better man for it. Constantly work on your self-talk. Because if you don't have a coach with you, or you don't have a friend with you, I don't know if you've got mates going out with you, especially if they've got a negative self-talk, you're just doing stuff and you're getting no reward. So it's like a Freudian thing where it's like sort of pleasure-pain syndrome, where you're going through pain, but there's no reward, there's no psychological reward. So what I did in the early days was, and I don't even know where I got the courage to do it, I didn't really read it, it was just something intuitively what I felt to do. I always said, Johnny, that's amazing, you went over, you came, you conquered, okay, I may have failed, but I'll get back on my horse and I'll try and do better the next time. Or sometimes I'll just admit it, I'll just say, there was absolutely nothing wrong I did in that approach, she just wasn't in the mood to talk to me. Or actually, when I look back, she actually responded very well to me. It's me being too judgmental, it's me being paranoid, it's me overreacting to things, or it's me trying to analyze things too much. So that's the thing I'd really give you to start building your self-esteem, is just to accept yourself, give yourself credit for trying. The only way I'm going to punish you and say, yes, your self-esteem is going down the toilet and you should take responsibility, is if you're just sitting at home, you're going on the members area, you're watching the videos, you're going, that was an amazing advice video from Johnny or someone else, but you're not actually going out and applying it. Now, if you do have some anxiety because you're scared to apply it at a pace that is very basic, and don't try and do everything. Don't try and do every video I give you, because you're gonna fall unstuck. It's like when I've got a project, I'm gonna break it down. So I'm gonna give you that to start building your self-esteem. Another one is, look out into the world. See how many guys that are in your shoes that are trying to improve, and they're going through the journey as well. Go onto the forums, look at YouTube, look at my journey, look at other dating coaches that have gone from depression, social anxiety, feeling not loved, feeling rejected, having a breakup. It's normal what you're going through. You're going through a fucking life-changing experience of trying to improve a woman. This is painful, this is emotional, as well as it's beautiful, it's very rewarding, and it's an amazing thing. You're going through a transformation. So you should have doubts. You should have days when you don't believe in yourself. Sometimes I don't believe in my fucking self, and I've got fucking over 13,000 followers following me. I'm changing lives every week. I've got a really nice girlfriend. I've had a lot of, success with having sex with girls. I've also had such a fair amount of failure. So questioning yourself is being normal. That's just you going, am I being the man I want to be? am I really doing the things I want to do? That's just human nature. So I get that sometimes as well. So I want you to know that. The difference is what I do is I don't let it stop me. So if I'm on the street and I see a nice girl and I'm like, fucking hell, she's gorgeous. Would she like a guy like me? I'm always like, you know what? I know my value. I know I've got the best chances than any other guy. Let me go over and just find out where she's from. So breaking things down psychologically and then breaking things down technically is always going to give you more self-esteem. Then when you finish your day, you're going to sit down and you're going to fucking get a pen and paper and you're going to go, right, here's 2 columns. Right, here's the positives, right? Pos, negative. What was positive about what I did? Okay, number 1, I approached. That's a positive because most guys don't, and I learn more, right? Negative. Maybe I could have been a little bit more honest in my interactions. Maybe I could have spoke my mind more. So negative was be more honest in future, right? Another positive is I actually got more good reactions than I usually get. So I got 5 good reactions as opposed to the other week where I didn't get any. Negatives, I didn't ask for the phone number when I knew I should have when a girl was interested in me. So I need to grow some more balls. So grow bigger balls. So can you see that psychologically? You fucking guys, listen to me, I'm trying to help you. And I didn't do this myself. When you start writing down, you go, got 1 positive, I approached. I got 2 positive, 5 girls reacted to me. Number 3, I approached a girl even when I felt in my head and there was people watching me. I still did it, I still committed, so I'm committing. Another positive, I went out and I spent 2 hours. Usually I only go for 10 minutes. 5 positives. Look at the positive, all right? Then you're going to start saying, your brain's going to go, I actually have a reason to have high self-esteem. So when I go to a social sitting and I meet someone, because of what I've done, my brain can't deny that. It can't erase that. That is the practical evidence in the world. So I've got every reason to be confident because sometimes I'm out and I get days where I don't feel socially confident. I'm tired and my brain goes, no, don't go over there. And then I go, hang on a minute, I'm Johnny Berba. I'm teaching people every week. I'm giving value. I'm helping people. I'm this amazing guy that women love. I'm going to go over there, fuck it, I've got a right, and I go over there and I have a good conversation. I'm just giving you my mindset. And then it does go well, and then I say to myself, what on earth was you thinking? That's negative thinking, you're being irrational. On the other half, there are days where I am disappointed in myself, and I do say, I didn't go down the gym, I'm getting fat. I was swearing too much, I was being too hateful, too negative, and I promised I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't let myself down. They're my spiritual goals, not to swear as much, I love people more. So I'll work on that. Another one is, I'm not being honest enough with myself. There's things that I should be doing that I'm not doing, and I'll work on those. So even my negatives become my positives because I turn them into a positive. Can you see that? So I'm just giving you the mindset. So this is what I want you to do, and I want you to write stuff down, and this is going to massively help you. It's not feel-good bullshit. It's stuff that works. And as I always say, what my life coach said to me, what Jeff Thompson said, if it don't work in our practical lives, it's fucking a waste of time. So we need to see that the theory works in the practice. So what I'm giving you, you're not going to see the results unless you get out and you make it happen. But you're probably doing a lot better than you think. If I sat you down and life coach you for an hour and write down all the things you're doing, I'm probably going to say, you know what, you have nothing to complain about. Stop complaining, you're doing a lot of good stuff. There's a few things we need to adjust. Compared to a guy who sits on his fucking arse watching porn, having a wank, who's never gone out and approached, then I can say, yeah, he's in a bad place, he's not moving. So that's what I want to give you, and that's going to start building up your self-esteem. When you start realizing the value of what you have and what you're doing, and then you'll give yourself more credit. You've also asked me, where are we now? So mindset, high self-esteem, a positive mindset, positive, right. Go on my video again on YouTube, and I sat down how to get into state. I watch at least 30 minutes to an hour every day of something positive, something motivational. Try and choose someone, it's probably likely, who is more successful with you, doesn't have to be financially, just in the world, who's more confident in you to begin with, and become like they are, or even better, or in your own version, constantly positive thinking. I mean, my whole YouTube videos, most of it's positive. Even when I'm getting rejected, I'm smiling, I'm rationalizing it, I'm saying it's good. The whole fucking channel. So take on a positive mindset. But I'd say the only sort of positivity I would stay away from is deluding yourself. So if you're lying to yourself, then it's hard to be positive. If you're doing the things you want to be doing, or if you're working towards those things, you will feel more positive. Now, I think you guys are already getting a taste of how my psychology was, where I went from to get to where I am now, and why I'm so passionate and confident about what I'm teaching. And you'll see it if you meet my students, or if you see David's transformation on YouTube. Look at the first video, look at his face. to the other videos where you could see the confidence, you could see how positive he was, you could see that he was getting in front of the camera. And these things are all happening through a transformation, through a mindset, through practical action. And be patient. Don't expect it to happen in one day. Sometimes it's a commitment of 6 weeks to 3 months to a year, but when you get it, it's worth it. Right. Last one is, I like this. Last two is your values. You've asked me what your values are, right? I've written V. So what are your values? Your values might be, my values in my life is, I've got to be as honest as I can. Now, okay, I'm not saying now don't tell a white lie, but I'm honest with the people that matter, with my friends, with my family, in my business. I want to be as honest as I can. If I'm not being honest, it's going to cause me a lot of unhappiness. So what are your values? So I'm going to write down my values, and hopefully, maybe they're going to resonate with you. My values are my family. I love my family to bits. Value number 1, right? My relationships with my girlfriend or any girls I'm dating and my friends. Now, my values are what I demand in my relationships is that I'm honest and I expect people to be the same way back. I don't expect people to surrender to everything because you can't expect people to do that. But I want honesty, and I want people to, if I'm going wrong somewhere, I want my friends to have the confidence in the ball, say, you know what, I think you're going wrong there, you shouldn't be doing that. Now, I want that in my relationships. I'm sure you're the same. So if you want these values from girls, you need to be honest with what you want. Now, what I don't want is, I don't want a lying, cheating girl who's fucking a gold digger or who's not honest and she's cheating on me. Or, for example, I'm around people that are fucking hateful and are trying to fucking beat people up and bully people. I don't want that. So they're not in my values. So these are my main values. My family, my relationships with my friends and my girlfriend, and the fact of the honesty between us. Next thing is my boundaries in my relationships. Now, I've got personal boundaries and some little things I have. Now, Danny might laugh at this, but these little things I like. I like good timekeeping, and if I'm late, I think I should apologise. These are little things, but they make a big difference. And I remember, like when I was a kid, in my peer group, we didn't say sorry if we were late, so we were missing these values. Although most of our families had these values, because we were growing up as teenagers, sometimes you want to be tough and stuff. So if someone's 30 minutes late from me, I just expect that they apologise, or at least, and I'm the same. If I'm late, I just say I'm sorry, and that's it. They're just little values that I uphold. Now, don't take it to extreme. It's not like if someone turns up half late, I'm never going to speak to them again. That's not true. But they're just certain qualities I uphold in a relationship with people, and it goes right through with a girl. So if I was on a date with a girl waiting for a girl and she's an hour late and she turned up, I'm going to say to her, fucking hell, you're an hour late. Like, can you explain why you're late, or can you give me an apology? And if she's like, the train got late, no problem, fine. I'm not going to stress about it. But if you don't have values, if you don't know what your boundaries are, people are going to piss on you, and you're not going to respect yourself. And then how can you respect yourself, and then how can you give that respect to others? So have you another value you might have. I've got another value. I like to give value if I meet people. If I meet someone new and I don't know them, I generally want to be vulnerable. I want to give a bit more. Because sometimes when you meet people and two people are both afraid to open up. So I like to take responsibility and share a little bit of vulnerability. It might be a silly story about me. It might be me just going, I might just say, how you been, mate? How's things? How's game going? Are you getting laid, or have you met a girl, or are you improving? If I meet someone who's into pickup, and I won't start showing off saying, I got laid with all these girls. I'll probably say to them, do you know what's happened to me before? I'll tell them a failure, because that's part of me being humble. That's just who I am. So that's part of my values and my boundaries, where I've got my certain boundaries. If people cross it, if they let me down, if they betray my trust, I might give them one chance. If they do it again, they're gone. That's it. They're out for good. So they're my values. That will give you some ideas. So write those down, and then you can see where you're coming from. Write your goals. Now, last but not least, I don't know your fucking goals, all right? Only you know your goals, but I've got a good idea what your goals are, and I'm going to guess them. Your goals are you want to get more self-confident, you want to be more aligned. And I like the fact you've used that word. That means you're onto something. So your goals are you want to be more aligned. So I'm just going to say it right now. At the moment, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong, you're struggling in your life with congruency. You're struggling being congruent, and so was I. And sometimes I fall out of it as well. So your goal is you want to get more congruent, right? Now, do I expect you to get congruent in a fucking day? Of course not, because it's going to take time. I'm going to say you're going to work on being more congruent over the next 6 weeks, like my transformation program I do, right? 6 weeks to getting more congruent. So that's your goal. I'm going to give you a transformation, mate, right? So for the next 6 weeks, and if you're staying on board in the members area, I'm assuming you are, if you're happy with the content, I'm going to be putting out a lot more content, and the stuff I'm going to be doing is a mixture of stuff, but I'm going to do some transformational stuff that you can go out and practice that's going to get you more congruent. So like in the other one, now to get more congruent we need honesty, number one. So you've got your time frame, you've got 6 weeks, you want to see a change in 6 weeks. Now I'd say film a video of you talking, or get your friends or some feedback, or that could be tied in with 6 weeks, I want to get laid, right? And remember, as Brucey said, goals are not always there to be reached, they're there for a direction to go in. So you're not going to hit every goal. You might hit a goal, you might not. But just having goals gives you more value. I've got loads of goals. I've got a whole list in my head and I've written down. Some of them I've hit, some of them I know I'm going to hit, some of them I'm not sure, some of them I might fail. But giving me goals makes me feel, it gives me purpose, it gives me reason. So I feel good when I'm around because I'm a goal-driven person. So the second goal is more honesty with women. You find her attractive, you tell her. You want to ask her out, you ask her. You got her back at your house, you want to have sex with her, you tell her, you try and have sex with her. You want to have a relationship, you fucking tell her. These are your goals. Goal number 2, you want to be more aligned? Let's come out of pickup for a second. Let's work on life coaching. You want to get in shape? You're going to join the gym. Goal number 2, join the gym. If you've joined the gym already, then no problem, I'm just giving you ideas. Goal number 3, clothes don't make the man makes the clothes. But how you show up to well is very important. Look at me now. I think I know everything, but I do know. Get your fashion down. So over the 6 weeks, you're going to make a goal to get your fashion down. Do you need to wear Armani suits? No, you don't. If you've got a low budget, go to Primark, go to H&M, wherever you live. If it's another country, just change your fashion. I don't even care if you wear purple all the time, then wear white, wear something more bright. The brighter the colour you wear, the more in psychology, they've done this in psychology and tests, the more you're showing that you're coming out to the world. Dark clothes mean you're more reserved, apparently, and sometimes I wear dark clothes according to how I feel. Bright colours mean you're coming out, you're saying hello to the world. So work on your fashion. So you've got your transformation down, you've got your practical stuff, you're going to be more honest. You've got your gym, you've got your fitness, you've got your feeling, getting in shape. You've got your fashion, which is your appearance. That's it. That's enough, all right? So I gave you more than enough there. I want you to think about those things and do what I did earlier. Write your thing down. Get 2 columns, positives, negatives. They're from your field stuff, your practical stuff, right? Your technical stuff, your conversations, your numbers, your dates, your lays, or having sex with girls, or what you did on a date, or your rejections. How many rejections can you get and not be affected? That's another video I'm going to do, another video. Because I get rejected all the time, but I can handle it and I embrace it. I love it. I learn from it. So think about that, all right? I hope that helps. Enjoy the process. Bye.